those of who don't know who am I talking to you, whom am I talking to right now? I'm talking to Dr. Priyanka Biswas, who was one of the 9 finalists of MasterChef season 9, and she has also founded a restaurant named Bong Nation. So, chef, straight away, my first question is why did you wanted to go to MasterChef? What was the reason behind the decision?
So honestly, since childhood, I was always attached to food a lot. Food has always been my medium of expressing love since childhood, I must say. So I always felt connected towards food and cooking and all. Honestly, I love eating. Everyone can see I'm a big foodie, but also I love to feed people a lot. And the going into MasterChef was an overnight decision. Honestly, it was an overnight decision. But yeah, वो जो कहते हैं ना talent का सीधा, that was always inside me, seeing the first MasterChef when Chef Pankaj Badauriya won. So उस वक्त से I really wanted to go into MasterChef. I tried once and something happened. I couldn't get my chance. This was the second, like that was for season 5. After 3 to 4 years, season 6 happened again. And for the audition, I didn't want it to go. But my mom pushed me to the last minute. Like legit, the audition wasn't in my city. The audition was in the city which is far away from my city, like around 4 to 5 hours of distance there is. And my mother kept pushing me, kept pushing me, ki, chal, 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 chal. And finally, at 12 baje raat ke, I said, okay, fine, let's go. And I woke up at morning 3, left my city around morning 6, reached there by 11 or 12, and after that I gave my auditions and the rest is history. So honestly, connection with food and all the motivation I got from my mom, the way she always pushed me, it led me to MasterChef India season 6.
So, it's quite a journey that you have shared with us, that you really didn't want to go, but your mom pushed you to go. What if
Yeah.
the second time in season 6 auditions you went? What if you were not selected then? What would your reaction be, and what would your future goals and everything would have been?
So honestly, I got selected for my NEET PG. I was already about to like take entry or take admission in my NEET PG colleges. I got nice options for my post graduation in oral surgery. I was about to do that. At the same time, I cracked an examination of PG in Australia too. So I had options. Either I had to move or take admission for my PG, which is oral surgery, or I had to choose MasterChef India season 6. And obviously, I chose MasterChef India season 6. If not there, I would have been doing post graduation in oral surgery from some reputed college.
Wow. So we all have seen your audition. You've met Ranveer Brar, Chef Ranveer Brar, Chef Vikas Khanna, and what was your reaction by meeting them, and you know what was their reaction to your food? On camera we all have seen, but what was their reaction off the camera?
So honestly, my reaction, everyone has seen in my audition the way I screamed and I was like, Mr. Vikas, and I ran towards him. I was all natural, I must say. And honestly, off camera, we were around 44 people. The top 44 was standing there, and I was in the line 3 or 4, so hardly they can even see. Although during audition they met everyone, but I was crying standing in the top 44 because I didn't know that I was about to get selected or not. I was really scared. I was terrified actually because so much of talent was there. All 44 people were so damn talented, and everyone had flavor in their hands, and kind of everyone was good. That's why we were top 44 of India, right? And we were standing there, and I was looking at them when they were talking to us. And you must have seen that starting episode when they are No, actually that part is cut actually. So that was short actually. And I was standing and I was crying, standing in the line because every emotion and all the and all the struggles my family went through, my mom's dreams, my father's dreams, my brother's struggle, and his sacrifices, everything came together, and I was literally crying, standing on the line, standing in the line because it was like a lifetime opportunity for me. It was like कि ठीक है यार यहाँ से अगर वापस चले भी जाएंगे तो okay, but एटलीस्ट आई मैं वहां तक आई जहां तक मैक्सिमम लोग नहीं पहुंच पाते सो ऑनेस्टली दैट वाज एन अमेजिंग एक्सपीरियंस एंड या आई वाज very emotional that time and while after we didn't get that much time to interact during that top 44 selection and top 10 selection of first the 10 April but after that yes we had quite a nice time the judges were so friendly they were so chatty actually and so nice, so down to earth. Chef Randeep Barar and Chef Vikas Vineet Bhatia. They actually met my mom, Chef Vineet Bhatia said to my mother, your daughter is very cute. She's very cute. And so lots of things were there. And behind the scenes, all the chefs were amazing.
So it's quite intriguing that you mentioned that all the judges were very friendly and a bit of chatty, because over the period of time we have seen so much of so much of reality shows coming on TV, whether India based or
Yeah.
foreign based, and we also have heard a lot of stories that what is shown on the TV is not real. It is actually polar opposite to what is shown. So is MasterChef also lying in that category, or MasterChef is like, no, we really are content oriented, and we really want to give Indian youth the platform that they need.
Honestly, in our season, there was nothing like manipulation or scripting going on. Everything was on pace. Whatever we were saying, whatever the contestants were saying, whatever we were performing, it was all natural. And यार कहाँ से we are not actors right we are natural humans जो जमीन से उठ के वहां तक पहुंचे हैं so we can't act right so we don't know how to act obviously so everything was natural, nothing was scripted, nothing was already told and all. And in fact, everyone was quite strict about the time. It's like uh, on camera, it was always the 8 घंटे का coke, जबकि off camera we are getting 40 to 50 minutes because 10 minutes we are getting to decide कि हम क्या बना रहे just वो 10 minutes we used to get बाकी everything is like on point कोई in fact, कितने बार ऐसा हो कि director is like yelling from backstage, you guys are taking so much of time, no extra time given or anything. हाँ कभी कभी in cases की जगह my oven didn't work at all, so extra 2 minutes they gave me कि हाँ ये चीज काम नहीं करी तो you're getting extra 2 minutes. Except than that, nothing else is scripted or anything like that. Everything is natural. Our emotions were natural. Our everything like टाइम ही नहीं है इतना स्क्रिप्टिंग करने का किस किसको बताते फिरेंगे एंड ओके इफ यू कैन टेक कि हाँ यंगस्टर्स को एक बार बोल सकते हैं कि यू हैव टू एक्ट व्हाट अबाउट विजय आंटी एंड ऑल देयर इज जसपाल भैया सो we were people from different backgrounds, different places, different age groups, and everything was natural. I would mention it again.
So you're also a dentist, and now that you have opened Bong Nation, so have you had any restaurateur background, or was it a very impulsive decision of opening up a restaurant, and what were the challenges that you faced while opening it?
So I won't say that I have a restaurateur background, but we were not always financially stable, while we struggled a lot financially too, and that's how we made it here. And Honestly, my father, he works in SBI. He's now the director of SBI. So, but initially he started from clerk, and slowly he achieved everything and everything. And now he's a director and all. But while in that growing stage, we struggled hard. We couldn't even afford my school fees for a time. So that time, my mom, she started a tiffin center from home for the students who came in our city to study or pursue PhD or whatever studies they want to do. My mom started uh, mess services basically. Like she started tiffins and students used to come and have their meals and go. That became quite a hit actually. So much that within 9 months we had 164 students that are taking different services from our home. That was
Oh,
really a massive hit. And at that time, my mom and everyone was criticizing us. In fact, my relatives they used to say, "अरे mess वाली की बेटी है, इसकी माँ झूठा दूसरों का खाना बनाती है, ये भी दूसरों का खाना बनाएगी." And like my own Tata Chachis, they won't visit us and they would say, we feel so embarrassed to be with you, to be seen with you guys because तुम्हारी मम्मा मेस का खाना बनाती है and all. And that honestly, I never felt like कि मेरी mom को ये नहीं करना चाहिए. In fact, me and my brother, we were always so proud of my mom because बैंक वालों का मई अप्रैल एंड मार्च की सैलरी नहीं आती है. बैंक वालों की दोनों मंथ की सैलरी कट जाती है. So we are left penniless. At that point of time, my mom's mess business that took over all that 2 months smoothly. In fact, the whole year. So पहले ऐसा था कि अगर 5 रुपए का पेंसिल भी खरीदना है, so we had to think about it कि नहीं थोड़ा सा जोड़ जाड़ कर because we were literally financially struggling. My father's salary was 1800 a month. We were paying 900 rupees घर का rent. What are we left with? So that messed up business helped a lot. And while all that criticizing, जो आस पड़ोस के लोग भी बोलते हैं कि इसके घर तो लड़के आते हैं खाना खाने, इसके घर लड़कियां आती है खाना खाने, because obviously if college students are coming, they will have a time. तो बहुत सारे colleges के बच्चे आते थे, सब एक साथ खाना खाते थे. They used to laugh a lot. I used to call all of them भैया दीदी. They used to call my mother mami. So a nice relationship happened to. We are still in connect. We are still connected to each other. Actually, we became quite a family, a massive 154 people plus us. So at my father took promotion and he went to other city and he told कि यार बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रहे हैं लोग, बच्ची बड़ी हो रही है, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, you should stop it. So my mother has to force stop that. She didn't want to, but now there was reputation coming and also she had to stop that mess service. But she told me that कि यार एक दिन इसको रेस्टोरेंट जरूर बनाएंगे. So I was like definitely बनाएंगे, बना के ही रहेंगे. And then after my second year, my some of our friends they actually motivated me कि आपको खोलना चाहिए because आप लोग के यहाँ का खाना बहुत अच्छा है, people will have it. And because you guys bring something really tasty to our place. And honestly, we have our roots in Bangladesh. We were like before partition, we are basically from Bangladesh. So we have that authentic Bangladeshi recipes. My daddy is from Rabindranath Tagore's family. We have some Tagore family recipes. So we used to serve in family parties, like whenever we are having party, we used to serve those foods, and people were like going gaga over it. कि ये तो पहले कभी नहीं खाया. We are also Bengalis, but this is something different. So that made us open our restaurant Bomb Nation, which I now uh, changed the name to Bulla's Kitchen because I recently lost my mom this November.
oh.
She was a pillar. So I renamed it as Bulla's Kitchen because that's what it is. That is Bulla's Kitchen.
So, chef, the next thing is keep being a restaurant here now, you know, uh, running it in the COVID era. Now that we have seen in the past year what challenges we had faced, and currently right now, to be very honest, we don't know what the hotel management industry is going to be. So how are you tackling those problems right now?
My father is a banker. He always told me he never open a business with a single plan. Always have a B plan. My mother was a step ahead. She made a C plan. She was like कि ठीक है when we opened, that was a massive hit on our city. Yeah, we were having like 70 to 80 orders per day. Not वो भी not just a single order. We were having 70 to 80 bulk orders. Like we were exhausted at the end of the day, and like ऐसा हो गया था कि we had to uh, like close our restaurant for one day or two because so many of orders were coming, and it was just me, my mom, and my brother. We were just three persons. And we are having orders like 5 to 6 orders per person and 70 to 80 orders per day. So we were going crazy. Uh, and after that, MasterChef happened. So my mom stopped, she closed the restaurant for a while I was in MasterChef. When I came back, we thought about starting in a bigger way, but then Corona happened, and we still managed to, then my father said that he let's make a B plan. So rather than food, I started serving cakes and French pastries in my city because I live in Chhattisgarh. And no one has ever listened to a word like French patisserie. Not even Marriott serves shoe pastry here. So I started serving two pastries and all the French pastries here, and it became a hit. I started getting orders like goose cakes and all. That was our B plan. Then we were starting and the corona, like we were just about to start with our C plan, which was like opening a food truck because all the restaurants in our city were getting shut down, and we were like we don't want to take any risk with like opening a restaurant because I don't know how people will react. So we were starting with our C plan to चलो food truck लेते हैं और get some karigars in Bengal. We call cook karigars. Let's get karigars from my mother's hometown, and we can like get them here, and we can sell some great Bengali snacks. That was actually a sea plan, and then suddenly we lost our mom, and now there's second wave of corona. So, there's kind of a quite a hilly ride, rocky road kind of thing, and we are struggling. Yes, not just us. And honestly, I just think about those people who have been running their restaurants in 5 to 6 years, and they just started their growth, and now suddenly they have to shut down. It's like huge. And now what? We need support from people. Honestly, we need support from people. Like you have to understand, we need support from the Zomato and Swiggy, the food delivery services. Honestly, because behind the scenes they just provide us 15 minutes to serve a customer, which is really, really less if you want to serve a fresh food. A chicken curry couldn't be cooked in 15 minutes. Mutton curry or even a fish curry can't be cooked in 15 minutes.
True,
So
true.
now there's a time we have to support each other. We have to understand each other. We have to uplift each other because it's a rocky road and hilly ride for everyone.
So, chef, coming back to taking back to your master chef journey, I still remember that you know you were very emotional, saying that you were always body shamed, and also in one of your other interviews, I read that despite gaining fame from master chef, and despite people understanding your point and uh, the support your family gave you, people were still onto that route of I would say a kind of bullying. I would say that is a kind of bullying. So how have you overcome come from that vantage point?
After coming back from MasterChef, I was searching if people will now respect me. I was searching respect in their eyes, and it took 6 to 8 months to realize it doesn't matter whatever you do. 6 to 8 months to realize it doesn't matter whatever you do. 6 to 8 months to realize it doesn't matter whatever you do. 6 to 8 months to realize it doesn't matter whatever you do. 6 to 8 months to realize it doesn't matter whatever you do. there are some people who don't want to give you respect, and you just can't do anything about it. You just can't help it. Whatever you do, however good you do, there are some bunch of people for whom you will be always a useless point of saying, or and the reason is because you are somewhere where they wanted themselves to be, and they can't be there where you are now. So basically, it's like they're speaking all those things because of their jealousy, because of their less knowledge, I would say, because ज़्यादा knowledge होता तो वो भी वही होते जहाँ पर मैं हूँ. So honestly now मैं अपना mental peace खराब नहीं करती. I am now in a position, if you want to bitch about me, do whatever you want to do, because after it was surprise to me कि मेरे खुद के चाचा, he told my बुआ, we are not in contact anymore. So he asked my बुआ कि ये डॉक्टर भी है क्या, डॉक्टर होके खाना क्यों बना रही है. मीन्स the people have such deep level of thinking कि we just can't do anything about it. So now I really love to move on. Whatever they're speaking, let them speak. Now I understand कि आप bully तभी तक हो सकते हो जब तक आप सामने वाले को करने दे रहे हो. The moment you stop taking that bully, the bullying will stop. You either speak back, don't ignore. You have to speak back. Just tell them you're not that weak anymore. See, you can come and speak whatever, or vomit whatever shit you want to in our face, and you can go off. No. Just make them realize this is my ground. You just can't come and shit over here. As simple as that. Speak back. So I started speaking back, and now people are scared. So I'm quite loving it a lot.
Oh,
Simple.
nice.
And
So,
मेंटल खराब नहीं करने का. there's a simple saying जो हम बचपन में बहुत बोलते थे, that is like टेंशन लेने का नहीं, टेंशन लेने का. बस, end of the story.
right, correct. Because I can, relate to it, because me myself have a ton of insecurities within me. There are a lot of issues that know I am aware of, that I have. And the best thing you can take away from a person bullying you is their attention. You're letting them sit in your mind for free. So,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
next question to you, ma'am, is what will be your message to our audience, who are looking out for opportunities? Or, because one thing that I have seen within my peers is that they do want to do something, but they're, very
हाँ.
clueless कि हम क्या करें. So, what will be your message to them?
My message will be कि कोई भी इंसान useless नहीं होता. Every person has some kind of talent. It could be anything. You just have to search through yourself, see what talent you have. And बस अगर वो चीज मिल गई, then you have to just keep working on it and never give up. Like, because I gave up in my life quite a time, and there was always my mom or my brother or my father to kick me कि कुछ नहीं होता, आगे बढ़. There was like quite a time. So never give up and search for your passion. It could be eating, it could be binge eating, man, it could be anything, it could be gardening, it could be counting stars, it could be anything. You just have to search for yourself and find a passion which lies inside you. No, every person is blessed with talent. There, God never sent someone without a talent or anything like that. There's always a fire inside you. You just have to ignite it. As simple as that. And don't give up. And don't give anyone that much space in your mind कि someone comes and like message up with your mind. No one deserves that way. Not even your family. The mind is yours. Make it calm, make it composed. Study more about things, learn more. The more you have knowledge in your brain, the less you will scream, the less you will shout, and the less people will affect you. As simple as that.
Wow, wonderful. So, coming to the last question for the podcast, Chef, this is a bit of situation based question. So, if you were to wake up tomorrow and the things that you have right now, the confidence, the fame, the restaurant, your family support, if all were to be taken away from you and you were allowed to have only one thing with yourself, what would be that thing and why?
I will have my childhood with me because that was the most important, most beautiful time I ever had. I had my family complete. We were having a joint family, uh, mm, and I had my brother, and we were really happy. Yes, back in Ethiopia, we were really broke. We used to live. That was not even an apartment. That was railway ka kam tuta futa quarter. जिसका monthly rent was 200 rupees. We were really broke. हम ज़्यादा कुछ afford नहीं कर पाते थे. Having a dosa that time was like having a eating in a five-star Taj resort. So, but that was the best time I ever had. I would be having my mom. So yes, I will have my childhood.
So thank you so much, Chef, for joining us on the podcast. It was such an honor to have you, knowing your journey, knowing the obstacles that you have, overachieved. I guess our audience will be, overrun with your answers, and they will be getting something in your life, and will be reaching the point that they want to reach. So thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Kunal, for asking me, for having me. It really means a lot. And thank you so much, and your family, because family is everything.
So that was it, guys, for this episode. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and please do comment down your favorite part of the video. Till time, thank you so much.